Hey, everybody. What's going on? This is Todd, as usual. Somebody say hello. How's it going? Let me know where you at, where you from.
Hello, how's it going? How you
Hey.
know? Where you from?
That's her. I
Hey
was talking,
Dan.
nobody could hear me. There they come. Hey, Diana, how's it going? Frankie from Oklahoma, good to have you. Bixby, Oklahoma. I wonder where that is. Oh, no. Well, that might be your last name, actually. Hey, Patrick from Michigan. Hey, what's up, Tim? Good to see you back. Jonathan, good to see you back too. Las Vegas, how's it going? Matt from California, how's it going? Stan, Myrtle Beach. Fred from Hawaii. He is our resident Hawaiian. Good to see you back, Fred. Welcome. Walt in snowy Minnesota. Yep, it's all snowing up there now. Let me get this straightened out here. Diana from Georgia, big storm, huh? Yeah, it's been. I think it moved over there from here because we had it the last couple of days. It's been really cold here in Dallas for. When I say cold, I mean 35. But it's been windy though, so that wind makes it real cold. I know that blows up there into some other states that turns it into some nasty stuff. But we haven't had any snow or sleet or anything yet. It's pretty good. Jack from Virginia, how's it going? Samuel in sunny Tampa, I bet. How's it going over there? Sylvia from Montreal. Sylvie from Montreal. Hi, Sylvie. How are you? It's been a while. Good to
Parlez
see
en français, Sylvie?
you. Hey,
I know.
James. How's it going? Mr. Astro. Yes, your microphone will be muted, or it would be total chaos. We would hear everybody's dogs and kids and pots clanging in the background. So just chat with us over here on the right, and we'll do our best to answer your questions. Now, yep, nice and sunny in Tampa. Of course, it's always sunny in Florida. Hi, Michelle. Another Canadian. How you doing, Mike from Toronto? How's it going? James. I'm doing all right. This weather change, as as you guys probably know, and if you have kids, that the weather changed abruptly, especially in Texas, because I mean it was 83 just a few days ago, and then the next day, it hits 33. So those big weather changes kind of always gets us down here. That's the only bad thing. It's never really super consistent in the wintertime. Comes and goes, so it kind of makes us a little bit sniffly. Like me right now, I don't know if y'all can tell, but my throat's been kind of bothering me. I don't think I'm sick, but I feel like I'm on the verge of it, so I've been trying to stay cool, drink lots of water, get lots of rest, take my vitamins, eat my gummies. Hey, Max, how's it going? Yo. All right, guys, we are about 6 minutes past the hour. I still see some people piling on here. Appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to join us. It's gonna be really good stuff today, guys. It's something we haven't really talked about a lot, hardly at all, actually. So I think it's going to be well, actually, I know it's going to be some really good information. I've seen it a few times now, and talked to the other guys about it a lot. But I'll get to all that in just a minute. We'll get started here. Yep, the ticker's still going up a little bit, so no audio. See first slide, Lynn. We'll check your settings, your audio settings on your GoToWebinar panel. You can do some tests there. If all else fails, I don't know why I'm talking because you can't hear me.
Everybody else can benefit from that though.
Yeah,
If they
so
lose sound.
if anyone else runs into this trouble, uh, please take my advice. And if all else fails, restart GoToWebinar. That seems to fix it. Or a lot of times, just don't panic. and typically it comes back. I see that all the time. People says, I can't hear. And then, exactly 30 seconds later, they're like, oh, never mind, I can hear now. So sometimes it's just a glitch in your bandwidth. Typically, shutting down Skype usually helps. It just depends on how much bandwidth you have. I never seem to have that issue. Um, I keep everything up and running. So, but some of you do. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I don't think anybody, unless someone else wants to say hello, we'll get this party started. You guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Eric's ready. I think everybody else is ready on the other side.
There's like 50 people on presenters list for you guys today, so it's gonna be like a 7-hour webinar.
That's right. I know. I have to scroll down to see all the organizers and presenters on this webinar. Well, let's see. Lynn's still having.
Well, I'll deal with Lynn in chat
Yeah. Maybe
after we
it's
start.
just her speaker connection or something. I know I have wireless headphones, and sometimes the Bluetooth dies on me. Not Bluetooth, but yeah. Well, the USB, I sometimes have to reset it, but that's it. I pull out the USB device and stick it back in, and it reconnects. All right, Herc, you ready? I think I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. Somebody hit record already. Somebody hit record, so I'm just gonna do this anyways, and we're gonna edit. Yeah, I'll edit it out.
How did everybody not hear me say that?
I don't know. So yeah, I'll have to edit this out. Replay will take a bit longer, but. All right, so I'm gonna start the recording for myself in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Supremacy webinar. Thanks for joining us on this early afternoon. Well, early afternoon for me, it's exactly 2:09 p.m. Central Standard Time. Got a lot of great people on here from all across the world, Hawaii, Canada, all across the U.S., people from Europe. Thanks for joining us, guys. We've got a really cool presentation for you guys today. It's all about selling, as you can see on the screen right there. And I know this is something that we haven't really covered much of in the past, and I think it's just super, super important, is how to get, sales leads into your agency, people to sell stuff to, basically. And one thing that happened over, I guess it was just really recently, like a couple of months ago. As you guys know, I talk about it a lot, but Herc and I are in a mastermind, which is basically a group of guys that many have agencies, many develop software, and they just do a lot of really great digital marketing products. And so I was out there, and Mr. Kevin Wilke was there, and he joined us. And a little bit about Kevin and I. We go back quite a ways. I've known Kevin for, gosh, I don't really know, 10 or 15 years, because he used to live here in Dallas too, and would have these quote unquote internet marketing parties where he had this nice big 2-story flat down in downtown Dallas, and he would invite just anybody and everybody that wanted to learn about internet marketing or whatever. It was a free thing. Just come on over to Kevin's pad and a Thursday evening or something, and he would have hors d'oeuvres and drinks, and his place would just be packed full of people, and everybody would just talk and network and just have a really great time. So that's where I originally met Kevin, and Kevin has been in the local internet marketing space since the beginning. He was actually one of the very first guys to ever publish products and trainings and books on why it's a good gig, how to go after local businesses and how to service them. So Kevin is great. He was out in San Diego with the mastermind. He was actually the original creator of this mastermind. He's kind of stepped back a little bit now, to be honest. But he came out there and kind of showed us what's been working for him over the last couple of years. I don't want to say too much more about that. I'm going to let Kevin do all the talking on that because he does a much better job at it than I will. But let me just tell you something. It's really great. Guys, really pay attention to what Kevin has to say. We also have Damien on the call as well. Damien's been around, and he's a part of this as well. And Damien's been around the selling game for 20 years. He's ran big rooms and has had lots of staff and knows all about what we're going to be talking about today. And that's why Kevin and Damien are such a great fit for what we're about to show you and kind of let you in on. So I'm trying to think of what else I can say to pump this up. But guys, I just really want to say that, just, pay attention to this, take it to heart. This stuff is really great. And yeah, so that's why we're doing this. Again, I feel like that this is one of the biggest hurdles a lot of agencies face, and how to grow and how to get bigger and how to get out of that, one or two clients every month or every couple of months, you get one. We're going to show you how to really scale that up and really get to servicing a lot of great businesses out there, and double and triple and quadruple your monthly revenue. And so I guess with that being said, Kevin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
Great
there
to be
you
here,
are.
Todd.
Yeah, thanks for letting us put this on, man. It's going to be a really great show. So I'll just go ahead and turn it over to you now. Hurt, can you pass the screen to Kevin now, and we'll get going.
All right, there we go. Can see my. Oh, I just got muted. Can you see my screen okay? I'm going
Yes.
to assume so, yes. It was great to see Frankie was also back at those monthly internet marketing get-togethers I had at my house over a decade ago. So great to hear from you, Frankie. And like the title says, this is the biggest discovery that I had in my agency over the past several years, that literally took us from 1 to 2 clients a month to, in less than a week, averaging between 2 to 4 clients every single week from that point forward, and without me having to do that selling myself. And our real-time results, last quarter, we signed up 31 new clients in my agency, so that's just shy of 3 clients a week. And point being, I'm somebody whose my primary focus is out there in the trenches, scaling my own digital services agency, just like you are right now. And what I'm about to share with you is 100% what we're doing to get these results. However, I'm also a trainer at heart, and I've been hardwired my entire life. As soon as I discover something that makes a difference for me, I have to turn around and pass on to others so it can make a difference for you. And so that's why I'm on here, is I just want to pass on to others what is going to make a profound impact in the success of your agency in a very short period of time. And I'm, like Todd said, I've known, highly respected him for well over a decade. So I'm really excited to be on here and really pass on to the supremacy group of people what you can use for yourself. And here's what you're going to walk away from today's training webinar is not only what is the discovery, but way more important, exactly how you're going to go out and be able to implement it moving forward within days, so you can replicate this success in your own agency. And there is a critical metric, the most important metric I've found, that determines the success of your business, and probably almost nobody on here is actually tracking it right now. So you're going to know what that is. Also, a lot of us think if we just go out and get a salesperson, that's going to solve all of our problems. But what I have realized through trial and error, if you go out and do that, you're likely going to fail. And there's somebody you want instead of that. And you're going to leave this with a clear plan of action of exactly what to do week by week, so you are set up to be getting one or more clients every single week moving forward, which I imagine for a lot of you would be a total game changer in your business. And for those of you that have a full-time job right now that you desperately want to quit in 2020, then this is going to be the fastest and most effective route to get to that goal of quitting your job and doing your business full-time, better than anything else you could be doing. So for those of you that are in that spot, you need to quit and really want to quit your full-time job, then you absolutely are going to want to be paying huge attention to this. And then we all get overwhelmed with shiny objects out there. So what I'm going to give you is actually going to eliminate all that shiny object crap that keeps you stuck and overwhelmed, so you can focus on what's going to make a real difference in your business. We're going to have case studies of people that actually are out there implementing this in their business and what their results are. So we're going to have some live case studies for you, which is going to be a lot of fun. And no matter what kind of service that you're offering. So I know a lot of people in Todd and Herc's community follow like a rank and writ approach. This is absolutely perfect for that. Or whatever you're doing, this is going to really set you up for immediate and long-term success. And knowing what I know now, this is the most important thing that I wish I knew when I started over with my new digital agency over almost 3 years ago now. And going back in time, this would be one of the first things I'd set up and do from the very beginning, because it is that critically important. So that's like why you're going to want to put this in place for yourself. And one thing I'll just let you know is what you're not going to get today is a bunch of fancy graphics and really pretty slides. I'm horrendous when it comes to anything graphical, so these are going to be boring text slides. So I apologize up front that my focus on is giving you the most invaluable content possible that's going to make a real difference in your business, so that I put all my attention on the content and not on fancy slides. And I guarantee you're going to take a lot of notes, because I have a lot of value to pass on to you. And this is live, so definitely open up and be using the chat box, because I'll be paying attention to what you're sharing in the chat box. We have somebody manning it full time, so definitely use a chat box as we're on here. And I know your time is valuable. I want to be straight up with you so you know that if this webinar is going to be worth your time today. So first, if you're offering any kind of digital marketing service that's helping a small business grow and be more successful. So it could be that rank and rep model, or using LinkedIn or Facebook or Google Ads or lead generation, SEO, reputation, building websites, whatever it is, then this is going to be a great fit for you. And you're going to fall into one of two different groups. So the first group is people that are still trying to get started up and running and getting your first couple clients. And you're probably tired of those business opportunities that failed and left you disappointed and frustrated, and you don't want another flash in the pan opportunity that doesn't deliver the real deal. You want a real business that you're growing. And you want to be able to focus from the very beginning on the most important things that's going to get you the results that you want, and leave out all the other crap that holds you back. And you give up all those shiny objects, so you're actually getting clients on a regular basis that are paying you $1,000 or more, and you want the fastest and easiest route to get to that outcome for yourself. And this is absolutely where you want to be. Now, if you already have some clients and building a successful agency, what you probably want is to get off that roller coaster where you get clients and then you are so busy with everything else in your business, you go on a dry spell for weeks and weeks, if not months, without any clients, and then you're like desperately need to get some more, and you're on that roller coaster and you want to get off that. You just want to consistently and easily get new clients week after week after week, and without you being the one having to do all that yourself. So now you're growing faster and easier than you ever experienced before, and you're set up for like real substantial long-term success. So if you're in either one of these groups, then you're at the right place right now. And one thing I want to give you for staying on today's webinar to the end is this valuable bonus. So when you stay to the very end, what's going to happen is the webinar software that Todd and Herc use is going to know that you got to the end. It's going to send you an email to get this bonus training that I have that I don't have time to go over on today. Because when you have your calendar full of appointments with business owners that are interested in how you can help them, not all those people are going to show up because they're busy small business owners. And we struggled for a long time with a low percentage of people showing up to our sales appointments. And then we discovered one thing that doubled the number of people that showed up. So you have twice the number of people showing up. That means you're likely going to sign up twice the number of clients from the same amount of effort. So this is going to make a real difference, you definitely want to get this. So stay to the end so you get that email that gives you this bonus. And just to let you know, I'm going to take a couple quick minutes of the journey I've been on these past 2.5 years, because I started over from scratch and I discovered what it really takes to build a successful agency right now today from the ground up. It has given me a tremendous amount of empathy for where you're at in your own journey and your own business, because as the saying goes, I really feel your pain. So back in 2016, I had a training company called Nitro Marketing that taught thousands and thousands of people how to start and grow a successful agency. I sold that to Damien at Go Mobile Solutions because I wanted to make my full-time focus on scaling a digital service agency, because that's where the really big money is at. It's actually doing this. It's not made from teaching. It's made by out there doing the real world and make way more money doing that. And that's what I wanted my full focus on. But my partner in my agency that I had, he wasn't on board with that. He was making more money and had more freedom than he ever had before, and he just really wanted to have a lifestyle business, which is great. He bought me out. We're still great friends today, still in regular contact. And then next year, 2017, started my new digital agency, and I had this shocking reality of what it was like to start over from scratch. Is I have no clients, no revenue, no momentum, and no team to help me with anything. So everything was relying on me to do it, and it was like a slap in the face of what it's like to start over from the ground up. And even worse, I wasn't the one actually doing the one-on-one selling myself. My partner was the one that did that, and we were at a point in that business where the majority of our clients came from referrals from the largest franchise company in our industry. So, and on top of that, I'm an introvert. So my belief that I had around sales back there in 2017 is I don't like doing it. I'm not good at it. And frankly, I just flat out don't want to do it. So I tried all kinds of ways, like all the different shiny objects, to try and avoid owning the sales role and doing it myself. And Tori says, LOL, love that list of beliefs. Yeah, I imagine there's quite a few people that feel the same way that I did back then. So at the end of that first year of starting over from scratch, I had a whopping 3 clients in my agency. We were absolutely not killing it at all. And then in the next year, I'm like, well, if I just do build this really fancy marketing system, then maybe that's going to solve our sales problem. And if I get a salesperson, so I brought on a friend of mine to do selling for us. And over the next several months, as I was teaching him how to do the sales role, we signed up 6 clients. And the great news is, since March of last year, I've never done sales, which is nice. However, he was only averaging 2 new clients a month. So he wasn't making a lot of money. I wasn't making a lot of money. Like, nobody was having tremendous amount of success. And we kept trying more prospecting solutions to solve that problem. And for 18 months, I was stuck in this place thinking, well, if we just do this next thing, then that's going to solve it, and we're going to have the success moving forward. And for 18 months, I was feeling like we're almost there, but we never actually got there, meaning we never got to a place where we're consistently having a lot of success in growing the business. And I'm wondering, like, go ahead and type a 1 in the chat box if you have been in this almost there mindset yourself, thinking, well, man, it feels like I've been doing this so long. If I just do this next thing, then that's going to get us over the hump, and the success will really show up. Yeah, whole bunch of 1s and exclamation points are coming in right now. And as I was doing all this stuff, the business was getting harder and more complex, but none of it was making a difference. And I realized that having a salesperson wasn't the solution, and I thought it was. That didn't solve it like I thought. Then everything turned around instantaneously in 1 week. In September of last year, I did one thing, and we went from that 2 clients a month to instantly, in the next week, averaging 2 new clients a week. And some weeks we're getting 3 or 4. Like, our best week was 5 clients. Multiple weeks I got 5 clients, and we're now averaging 3 clients every single week. Average client pays us $1,000 a month for our marketing service that we do for them. And we're a completely virtual company. So all of our sales presentations are done over Zoom presentations, screen sharing Zoom presentations. So I'm sure like the $1 million question, the one you really want to know is like, what in the world was that one change that you made? And quick exercise I want you to do is actually right now go out and open up your calendar for your business and look at last week and type into the chat box the answer for this question of how last week, how many sales meetings with qualified business owners did you have on your calendar last week? And it could be somebody you met in person or did the presentation virtually like we did. And I'm not talking about just having a conversation, but a real full-on sales presentation where you show how you can help them and ask them for their business. And type your answer to this question in the chat box. So you can get presents like where you're actually at right now in your own business. So we got, oh, this is awesome. Dorn, 5, that's great. Jonathan, 0. Lynn, a 0, zip nada. Tori with a 0. Sylvia with a 0. So we got Max with 7. That's excellent. Mike with a 6. Frankie, 0, 2. So a lot of 0s and 1s, a couple 2s, and then a couple people that are doing better with a 6 or a 7 last week. So let's do the numbers for yourself. So if you want to be getting just one client a week, consistently week after week, what is it going to take? So in our business, we have around a 30, like 1 out of 3 presentations turns into a new client. And then not everybody shows up to that. So we have around a 50 to 60% hold rate. So it takes 6 appointments on the calendar to do 3 presentations to sign up 1 new client. So you have to ask yourself this question is, do you have 6 appointments on your calendar each week, week after week? Or do you even have 6 on your calendar every month? The great thing is like the numbers don't lie. The numbers show you the reality that you're at. And for the vast majority, the harsh reality is you do not have enough appointments with qualified business owners who are interested in what you have to offer. If you get this critical reality, there's actually a tremendous amount of freedom available to you on the other side because you can address the real problem that you're facing. And I know this because this was the exact same problem that we had for 2.5 years. So here's the big obvious aha for you to get is, in this business, qualified appointments are the heartbeat of this business. And when I say heartbeat, I mean, just like in your body, if your heart stops beating, you are dead. There's no other way around it. And in this business, qualified appointments, if you don't have qualified appointments, then your business is dead. There's no way for it to succeed without them. And it is the most critical metric and thing to focus on for the success and growth of your business. Now, you might be thinking, wow, Kevin, you nailed on the head. Or maybe like, yeah, I know that, but how in the heck do I get them? One thing I do know is based on your comments before, almost all of you are not operating your business as if this statement is the most important thing in your business. Otherwise, you would have a calendar booked solid full of them. So right now, today, it's 100% for real. We're going to solve this problem in your business, not another shiny object, prospecting tool or hack. Instead, I'm going to give you the real deal solution that will forever change your business from today moving forward. So just imagine this is what your calendar looks like every single week. This is a snapshot of one of my salespeople's calendar. And just imagine the confidence that you're going to have, or more accurate, the certainty you have deep in your gut of the success that's present in your business by having a calendar so full of appointments you actually have to turn people away. And one thing that I learned along my journey, when I said I don't like sales, what I was actually meaning by that statement is I don't like talking to people who are not interested. So I'm sure that's what when you really look at it for yourself, that's what you absolutely don't want to do. You don't want to talk to anybody who's not generally interested in what you have to offer. There's nothing fun in that. And what I learned is I have become really good at selling when people are interested in what they have to offer. And that means you can, like if somebody's generally interested in how you can help them grow your business, you actually can become really good and effective in that type of selling. So now the big question is, how can you ensure that your calendar is full of appointments of interested business owners who are genuinely interested? This is the million-dollar question. And if you have a full-time job that you want to leave, this is the question that's going to set you free from that job. And over the this decade, there's a book that came out called The One Thing. Is one of the best-selling books of the decade that has sold millions of copies. And the entire premise of that book was this question right here: is what is the one thing that you can do such that by doing that one thing, everything else is either going to be easier or unnecessary? So what I'm giving you is that one thing that makes everything else in your business easier or even unnecessary. You don't even have to do it. And that one thing is having a successful part-time risk-free appointment setters. And there's 4 critical parts to that statement right there that I really want you to get. So first one is successful. It's somebody that already knows what to do to get you qualified appointments because they've been doing it for 5, 10, even 20 years, and they could do it in their sleep. Second, they're doing it part-time. In our case, only 3 hours a day. So it's not a big commitment that you're taking on. Third, it's risk-free, where you're only paying them for the results that they produce for you. And then fourth, it's an appointment setter, somebody who's highly skilled and trained and effective at getting you the most important result that you want in your business, which is those appointments with qualified and interested business owners that they're booking directly onto your calendar. And if I was starting over from scratch, this is literally one of the very first things I'd put in place at the very beginning of my business because it's that important. So that means for you right now, it's one of the most critical things that you can put in place in your own business. And how I came about this is our first appointment setter, her name was Audra. It was September of last year. She had 20 years of experience cold calling, and she actually loved it. It blew my mind that there's people out there, a lot of people that love cold calling. For her, she saw it as this great challenge that she was really like. She loved the challenge of within minutes having somebody that never talked to her gain rapport with them and have them see an opportunity to book an appointment to see how we can help them. And she loved creating those wins over and over and over and over again, hour after hour after hour. And she thrived on it. So we had our kickoff call. I still was in that old mindset where we had to do all these different marketing things with email and voice drops and LinkedIn and this, that, and everything else. And it wasn't ready to go. And she logged into her sales CRM and she's really confused because there wasn't a list of businesses for her to start calling. And she's asking, like, where's the list, like, that I should be calling? And in that moment, this aha went off in my brain. It's like, oh, we don't have to do all that other crazy stuff. All we need to do is upload a list and she'll cold call and book appointments. And that's all she wants to do. And says, Audra, give us one day and we're going to get that uploaded for you tomorrow. So literally that we just scraped a list of businesses, uploaded it into the CRM. She started calling that. And that first day she booked 2 appointments, and her day after that, 3 more appointments. And in her first week with us, she booked 16 appointments, and we signed up 2 clients. And our business, this one thing, transformed our business because it's been that way ever since. And I see Chris goes, I've tried hiring a bunch of cold callers before. What a nightmare. Hard to find good people. Absolutely. I was right there with you, and you're going to see how we almost guaranteed that you're going to hire a successful person that works out from you from day one. Because I have cracked the code on how to do that, which is what the rest of this training is going to be about, Chris. So a hole in there. So if you are, how this like eliminates all the shiny objects for you, it's like the one thing, the most important thing that you need to have in your business is qualified appointments with interested business owners. And the most effective approach to have that show up week after week after week is having this experienced appointment setter that's working part-time, commission-only, risk-free. And that means this is going to eliminate all those other shiny objects. You can just throw them to the side, ignore them, and focus on the thing that's going to give you the most impactful result. So now you have a new problem, just like Chris brought up in the chat box, is how in the heck do you find these A-player appointment setters? It sounds like a unicorn. How do you find a unicorn? This is a legitimate problem because if you don't leave this webinar with a real breakthrough on how to do this, then you're just going to be stuck where you're at right now and nothing's going to change for you. So I actually had this problem myself. Like, who was like Chris and I've tried to find appointment setters or cold callers unsuccessfully, or you tried to use a company to do it for you. So back when I started in 2017, I went out, hired three different times, 3 different people, and failed miserably. And in hindsight, what I realized, I was absolutely clueless on how to find them, hire, train, and compensate them. I had no idea how to do it successfully. Just like Tori said, like, horrible experience itself. And if you ever try to use a company to do it for you, they're very expensive. They're going to charge you several $1,000s a month or more, and they're not designed for people like you and me. They're designed for companies that have large sales organizations with dozens of salespeople that need appointments set. They're like, we're just like small fries. They're going to spend zero resources to make it successful for you. So this is the biggest blind spot out there. Like, nobody has been teaching you how to do this, even though it's the most effective thing that will transform your business. Like, all the people out there just think it doesn't work, just like I thought it doesn't work. So it's like this massive blind spot that nobody's doing. So now here is the 3 steps that's going to put this in place in your business, so your business is transformed from this point forward, just like mine has been. First one is the A-player automated hiring funnel. It's like the most critical thing that you're going to walk away from today, because this guarantees you find your own Audra that is set up to, and the first week is producing results, filling your calendar with qualified appointments. This is the secret sauce that makes it all possible. That changes the game from this point forward. Then you want to plug them into a sales process so they're actually successful in filling your calendar with the appointments from day one. And then how do you move them into a sales closer role and then replace them with a new appointment setter that's booking their calendar full of appointments, and then the closers closing those deals, and now you've completely replaced yourself out of the sales role in your business. Your business is on turbocharged growth, and you're making more money than you ever had before, and you actually truly deeply love your business that you have. So like, who is this? Your ultimate role is to get to this point where you're completely replaced out of the sales, just like I've done with myself, and you can do as well. All right, so like, why is this the most critical piece? The automated hiring funnel is, yeah, Tori says, like, absolutely would love that. So just like a great sales funnel turns large group of people into your ideal customers, when you have the automated A-player hiring funnel in place for yourself, it filters out all those non-qualified people, and then the A-players come out the end of that funnel already wanting to work for your company. Like, they're already sold and highly interested to be a part of your company, even if you're still a solo entrepreneur, by the way the whole thing's set up and designed. And this was the big mistake that I made in the past, is I just went on Upwork or Fiverr and found somebody that looked good, that had a good profile on one of those platforms, or somebody was recommended to me by somebody else, and it just failed each time. Then I had a friend in a high-end mastermind group that we're in together. He lives in New York, and he had hired over 100 highly skilled A players for his virtual business over a 1-year period of time. I'm like, how in the world did you do that? And he sat down and walked me through step by step this automated A player hiring funnel, and I was blown away. And I like, the light bulb went out. Like, this is a missing piece. If I like put this in place, then this could be the thing that finds us an appointment setter that actually works. So literally that next week, put it in place, and you saw the results that it made. So here are the different steps in that automated hiring funnel that you now can replicate in your own business. So step 1 is you have a job ad that's completely like magnetic to the A player, that really speaks to them. The ad is absolutely critical. And it costs you nothing to post your ad. You can do it for free. So here you can see a snapshot from one of our ads. The green line is our results, and then the gray line is what a paid sponsored ad would get. And normally your results are far below the gray line. It's a way for them to incentivize you to pay for your ads to get better results. But because the ad is so freaking good that I give you for you to use as well, you never have to pay for your job ad. So that saves you a bunch of money. So here's Brian. He was under this old mindset of he needed to get a sales closer. And then we talked and he realized, no, man, what I really do need is this appointment setter. So he took our ad, posted it into the Atlanta area, 2 places in Atlanta where he's located. His paid ad was getting 85 results. Then his free ad got 245 and 250 people replied to it. It's just like absolutely crushing it. And then you're going to have dozens of people responding to that ad or more every single day. Totally overwhelming and time consuming if you try and go through all that yourself. So then you just have them go through your automated hiring funnel, and there's several steps. Each one is another qualifying hoop that they have to jump through. So here's what those first 2 hoops is one, how much experience do they have doing cold calling to businesses to set appointments? And if they don't have at least 3 years of experience, they're automatically disqualified and can't move forward. Then the second step, ask them a series of questions that they have to answer that only somebody that's highly skilled in this position would be able to answer successfully. And they need to have a score of 75% or higher, or else they're, again, automatically disqualified. If it's higher, then they move to the next step. And then they watch a short 5-minute overview of your company and what's expected of them in this role and the opportunity that's available for them, so they know if they're going to be a good fit or not. And then also somebody that is a good fit is going to be even more interested in the opportunity that's now available for them. And they have to do a skills test where they record an audio of them delivering their cold call pitch and upload it into the platform. And that now you know, can they handle basic technology? Because if they can't do that, you don't want somebody like that on your team. You get to hear how they sound like over the phone, and do they sound like somebody that could be successful in this role. And then the ones that go through all that and come out the end successfully, you schedule an interview on your calendar. So you're going to have anywhere from like 150 to 250 people start at the very beginning, and only 6 to 8 come out at the end. Everybody else gets filtered out, and those 6 to 8 people are going to absolutely blow your mind of how qualified they are, how much experience they have and success they have. Like, it's almost is going to be too good to be true, but it actually is true. And then you do a 45-minute interview with each one of them. I give you the exact questions I ask every single time on that interview to identify who's the best fit. And you're going to have this tough choice, is there's going to be more people that are the absolute perfect fit than what you would want to bring on your team. So you get to pick the absolute best of the best, hold a kickoff training on Monday, and then that very next day on a Tuesday, they're making calls and booking appointments that you are then closing and signing up the clients. So here's a snapshot of our funnel. So we have had 1,389 people go through our funnel over the past year. Out of that, we hired 9 different people. Some of those worked out great, still with us today. Some of them were failed, and I learned how to tweak it to almost have guaranteed success, that you know who's going to be a great fit because of my trial and error that I'm now passing on to you on today. So here's Audra's resume. The very first person we hired, 20 years of sales success, always in the top 5 to 10% of any sales organizations to be a part of. And she had a couple different clients that she's an independent contractor with, including us. One of them, she's even responsible for doing all the hiring and training for the entire team of appointment setters. And this was the last one that we brought on earlier this year. Tammy, 21 years experience. Previous role was doing 100+ cold calls a day to owners of franchises. So point being, this is the kind of people that you get to have on your team that are working every day to produce results that grows your business. Just imagine what it's going to be like to have, like, everybody that's hugely successful. Is the key to their success is surrounding themselves with more people more successful in their expertise than they are. And this is what's going to empower you to have that reality show up in your own business. It's a total game changer. So Donna, like earlier this summer, we had a beta test group where I walked them through our process, our system. And the cool thing is 100% of the people that followed through and implemented this in that beta test group had a 100% success rate. So Donna was in that group. In less than a week, she had 161 people apply. She hired 2 people out of that. One had 10 years, the other one 15 years experience doing cold calling and sales. And both of them a real desire to be able to move into a sales role. First week of them on board, booked 4 appointments, and she signed up 1 new client. And then Ed also was in that beta test group. Within a week, he had 225 people apply. He hired 3 of them. Like it wasn't his plan, but he had just like 3 phenomenal people, brought on all 3. And first week, 6 appointments and signed up 2 new clients. So just imagine within a week, you have calendar or sales meetings on your calendars and you sign up 1 or 2 clients in your first week of doing this. Like what would that, type in the chat box, like how you would feel if that's what showed up for you. So Kurt and DJ, they're a part of a Todd and Herc's community, just like you are. And they got access to this last week. So, and within 4 days, they went live on Friday of last week. So it's only been 4 days that this has been live for them. 132 people replied to their ad, 70 people going through their funnel, and already have 9 people in their final stage. And here's a snapshot of, you can see their job ad right here, 132 people in their first 4 days. Here, 72 people enter their hiring funnel. Right here, you have 9 people already at the 3rd stage of their funnel. And I think Kurt and DJ, you're on here right now. Are you unmuted? And just share what your experience has been so far.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. I'm here. This is Kurt. Well, I mean, the first quick answer is it's actually just exactly how you described it. We've been doing it for 4 or 5 days. The numbers have updated a little bit. I think we've got about 190 responders to our ad at this point. And yeah, we've got 6 people in the final stage where they've gone through answering the questions. We've heard them on the phone twice, had them pitch us, seen their resumes, and we're ready to start interviewing them, and we're looking to hire them and start working with them in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, like looking at their resumes, like hearing them, what's been your experience of the people that make it to the end of the funnel, that get, once everybody else is filtered out, like what are these people that are now at the end of it that you want to be interviewing?
Yeah. So actually what's kind of funny about it is at first I was like, oh, this person's okay. Like they can go through the next stage and all that. And it's really easy. It's just approve them to the next stage or not. And then like as more and more people started coming through, I was like, holy cow, like this guy's actually a good salesperson. And this woman, like one of your examples, she worked training other cold callers. So she's in our funnel right now as one of our final potentials. So I've started like eliminating people that I had moved on to the final stage because more and more great people just keep coming through.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to like wrap my brain in the beginning of this of just how great the people are. And I have a slide here and a few slides later on what I've now learned, having done this for over a year and helped other people, is like why you find these superstars that are looking to be a part of your team. So I'll share that in a few minutes, but be interested to hear from DJ, who's the sales closer in your guys' agency. Are you there, DJ?
Can you guys hear me? This is Herc.
I can hear you, Herc.
Yeah, I just want to interject before DJ gets on too. I see he's muted. I'll try and unmute him. But just so everybody knows, I'm gonna take the screen really quickly. I want to show you guys how Kurt and DJ got involved with this. So I'm just gonna grab the screen. Can you guys see the Project Supremacy Facebook group here?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, yeah. So guys, December 9th, okay, this was just a few days ago. Todd posted in the group when we were first meeting with Kevin and going over this webinar. What we really wanted to do is have someone from our group who is running an agency test this system out for themselves, and then, you know, in exchange for getting the system and getting access to the system, to have them come on the webinar and talk about it. And you can see here December 9th, Todd posted in our group Project Supremacy, and here's Kurt right here talking about it. And Todd had reached out to Kurt, and then they got started, like Kevin was saying, they got started just a few days ago. So I want you guys to know that these just aren't random guys on the call. They were literally plucked right out of the Project Supremacy group from our members to run this. So it's a real testimonial. It's real results. They're actually doing this stuff. So I just wanted to kind of frame that a little better as well.
Yeah, that's great. Like you said, December 9th. So it was not too long ago. And DJ, did you get unmuted here?
He may be struggling, but I could tell you a couple other things. Something that really popped out at me and that I think is so true was in our business. So DJ's a stud salesperson, excellent marketer, network marketing, getting out there and getting to know people. And we've actually grown our business really well. But like in the back of my mind the whole time, I've had this fear of like, okay, he's going to run out of people that he knows. And we're doing great. But at some point, we don't actually have a source of like leads that we don't know coming into our business, which in my mind, I'm like, you don't actually have a business if you don't have a way to turn on and turn off leads. So this right here was specifically what we were looking for as an option to have a real business that we can turn on a switch and actually grow when we want to grow.
Yeah, like it's been great, like you said, growing organically through your connections there locally and everything. But if you wanted to like systematically grow week after week, you don't have that sales process or system. And it looks like
yeah, exactly.
Looks like you got unmuted here. Okay, can you now talk? It shows green.
No, it looks like he's offline though. I think he's doing a call in.
Yeah, he probably tried to.
Well, there's another
two of them
thing
as well.
Two other things I remember when we were talking last week about this and walking you guys through this is, he said this is, as somebody that's great at sales, this is the missing link, because somebody that's a great salesperson would have had success along the lines cold calling, but they like being great at closing and being great at creating new opportunities and being on the phone making calls after calls that are calls are two very different skill sets. And he really struggles at getting the calendar full of quality appointments. So having somebody that's their expertise, that's great at and loves doing it and doing it specifically to fill his calendar is like the holy grail dream come true that he never thought was possible until we met last week. And the analogy that he gave is he's like a racehorse that he just wants, like you, if you have a great racehorse, you want it out there running races and winning races for you. But if you're having them, somebody like a closer pick up the phone and call to set appointments over and over and over again, it's like making that racehorse and sticking a plow behind it and having it plow the fields. It's a totally inefficient use of their expertise. So he was was beyond excited on that call that we had last week where we walked this through, just thinking of what it's going to be like for him to have a calendar full of quality appointments. And for everybody on here, if you don't have a closer yet, no problem. I'm going to show you in step 3 how you actually get that person. So you now have your own DJ on your team that you're filling their calendar full of appointments that they're closing for you. I saw Jonathan says you great examples of results I see but can't quite believe. I know. I can totally appreciate it. See, it almost sounds too good to be true. So just keep sticking with me. Like everything I'm doing is backing up with what we're doing and the actual results and why it works, so you can have the confidence to replicate this yourself. And I'll address your point, Jonathan, is why recruit closers? What will be an appointment setting objective? I'll get to that in step 3, so don't worry. I'll be with you right there. Okay, so now here is how you make it risk-free for you. So they can be completely virtual like we do it, and that means you can hire anybody over the country that you want. Or in Curtin DJs, they want somebody there locally in the Portland, Oregon area. So they have their ad running just there locally to find somebody in that area because they're building a local team. You can do it either way, doesn't matter. And then we have ours start out part-time, put in 3 hours a day because that's what we found to be enough to get the results that we want. And they're an independent contractor, so we have to deal with any kind of hiring laws or anything like that. And we have them do a 1-week trial, and I cover this during the interview of if we start, we're going to do this 1-week trial where at the end of that week, we're going to see if you're effective at doing 3 things. 1, are they able to pick up the phone over and over again and make the calls? If they can't do that, you can't teach somebody how to do that. They just have to be able to, the willingness to keep making calls. Second, are they following your appointment setting script that's proven to produce results? Like I give you our script that has produced thousands of appointments, and somebody that's excellent in this role is going to want to have a proven system and a proven script because they know that that's going to give them results faster. Somebody that's an amateur is not going to want to have a script to follow. So if they're not willing to follow it, that's a sign that that's not a real pro and you don't want them on your team. And then the third, that they actually book appointments for you, because I have now learned from the ones that didn't work out, every single time, one or more of these they failed at. And I always thought, well, I had this like hope that I could like turn it around and make it work for them, but it never worked out. So this is a huge time saver for you as having this trial, because my experience, if they successfully complete this trial, then they're going to work out long term. If they don't, then you just cut ties right from the start. And then from a compensation standpoint, you're only paying them for results that they're producing for you. And there's 2 results that you want. They don't get paid to book an appointment. They only get, because a booked appointment doesn't mean you're going to get the result you want. Only when somebody shows up to that appointment do they get paid for that held appointment. And then the second thing they get paid for is when a deal gets closed. And the reason that you're doing this is you're now aligned their financial interests with what's most important to you. So they now want to book you appointments with qualified prospects that want to and are able to meet and have a real interest in what you have to offer. Because if somebody doesn't show up for the appointment, they're not going to get paid. And if they're not qualified, meaning they're not likely to become a client for you, then they're also missing on that second half of their compensation. So here's what ours looks like, is for each held appointment, we pay them $50. And for each deal that gets closed, we pay them $100. And what you would do is just adjust this based on whatever service that you're offering, how your pricing is, how your industry is. In our case, we're in an insanely highly competitive industry that they get calls, like dozens of calls every single week from people like us. So it takes a lot of work to get appointments and close deals. So we are absolutely on the high end of what you'd compensate somebody. Other people in our beta test group paid $15 for each held appointment and $50 for each deal closed. So you can pay a lot less based on what you're doing. And you might be thinking, well, what if I'm not really great at closing deals right now? I could spend a lot of money with no results. And what I know is no matter how bad you're at right now, if you have 10 sales appointments with qualified business owners, you are absolutely going to sign up at least one client if you have 10 presentations. So no matter how bad you are, you're going to get that result. And so that if we do the math, 50 times 10 is 500, and then $100 the deal close, that's $600 that it costs you to get a client that's now paying you $1,000 or more every single month, month after month. So that's an amazing return on investment. $600 to get $1,000 monthly client. I do that every single day. And each time you're going to get better and better and better. So next time it's probably only going to take you maybe 7 appointments to sign up a client, and then 5, and then before you know it, you're closing every 3 or 4, or you've replaced yourself with a sales closer instead. And if you're like me in the beginning, wondering like, why would these superstars want to work for me? Because we did have this amazing sales organization to plug them into. We weren't this like wildly successful, massive agency. And here's what I've learned over time is there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of small businesses with small sales teams that are just either horribly ran or have a limited income opportunity that people are stuck in, and they want a better opportunity than where they're at right now. And there is just tons of people like this out there looking for a better opportunity than the crappy one that they found them in currently. Also, they want to be able to work from home, and that is very uncommon in the sales world to have a legitimate work from home sales opportunity. And they want to have flexible hours that they can be able to work from home. Because like in our case, all of ours right now are stay-at-home moms. So they love the ability to take their kids to school in the morning, pick them up in the afternoon, and set the schedule that works for them on a daily and weekly basis, and still have a great income potential on what they can make by producing results for us. So they either do this as a secondary income from in addition to what they're currently doing right now, or they view this as to completely replace what they're doing. And somebody who's a top performer in the sales world actually wants a lucrative performance-based compensation that you're offering them, because they know they're going to max that out and make a lot of money. And if they're making a lot of money, you're making a lot more money than that. So it's a win-win. And like I said, ours are all stay-at-home moms right now, which is awesome to support them to have the life that they want to have for them and their family. So here's what you can expect is within hours of going live, you have people entering your A-player hiring funnel. Within days, people get to the end of that funnel, at the final stage, and booking interviews with you. And within a week, you're going to be hiring your own part-time, risk-free commission appointment setter that's coming on board and producing results for you. And like I mentioned, if you have a full-time job that you want to quit, this is going to get you there the fastest route possible, because you literally have limited amounts of time on your calendar each week to do the business. So you want to make sure every block of time that you have is scheduled with a sales appointment with a potential client that you can sign up, because each one of those is going to make you money and get you closer and closer and closer, quicker and quicker to be able to quit your job. So this is going to be the fastest route to make that possible. And a benefit that you're going to experience as you grow your business is you're going to want to bring on other people on your team. And we've now used this process with a few tweaks to fill every role in our company. So the person that manages the relationship with our clients, the person that manages our high-end AdWords campaigns or Google Ads campaigns, the best overseas virtual assistant we've ever had in my 20 years in business, all of them came from this process. So this is a great side benefit for you. Okay, now you have that most important piece, and frankly, the most valuable thing that we've developed in our business, because I now know within a week, we can fill any position we need in our business with a superstar who starts part-time and risk-free for us. And there's a huge amount of confidence and certainty that gives me, that gives you as well. And now, how we're gonna go over what you have them do so they're actually producing you results, which are booking you appointments that you can close and sign up new paying clients in their first week. So how we develop this ourselves is I used to live in New York. This is set up this table in my New York apartment, and a good friend of mine, his name was Eric. He was a top salesperson at a company called Yodel, who is the 200-pound gorilla in our world. They are the largest local marketing agency. They have over 60,000 small businesses paying them every month for marketing services. They do over $200 million in revenue, and all of that is sold virtually over the phone through screen sharing. And Eric has been one of their top salespeople, and he wanted to leave that and start doing sales coaching for agencies. And he's a friend of mine, so we were his first client, and I paid him $10,000 to work with me for 5 weeks to build out our sales process modeled after Yodel's sales process. And we did that when he had 0 clients or revenue, so it completely came out of our pocket personally. And the end result is we have a proven sales process that we still use today and sign up for 3 clients. And if you just want to get superior results, you need to be around people who've already gotten those results and learn from them. So that's like what this makes available to you, is like hang around with people that are getting the results that you want and replicating their success. And what I learned from working with Eric over those 5 weeks is the reason Yodel is the biggest 200-pound gorilla in our industry, doing over $200 million a year, is they were started by 2 salespeople. So from day one, they were focused on in creating and following a proven sales process. So it is that massively critical and important when you have that from the beginning. And now we replicated and modeled ours after theirs. And also it shifted my mindset, where I used to think great salespeople are born with this natural ability. But then in Eric's case, he had never done sales prior to Yodel. He just replied to an ad on Craigslist, and then they taught him and he followed their sales process over and over again. So we're sitting there at that table in my apartment, and he's like, every cold call that he makes, he's reading the script that he created for us and saying the exact same things over and over again. And I had this aha moment. It's like, if that's all it takes to be successful in sales is to learn and follow a proven process, I can do that myself, and anybody else can learn and follow that, you as well. So here's what the process looks like. Is first, who are your people calling? So you just use a basic lead tool that I'm sure most anybody on here has on your hard drive, some sort of lead tool that generates a list of businesses in a city, an industry that you want to get a client in. And then you need to give your person the right tools to use. So that's a script that's proven to produce results. So ours that we use has generated thousands and thousands of appointments over the past couple of years that you get to use yourself when you work with us. And then every single person that they talk to is going to have questions or objections before they're willing to book an appointment. And you want to have what's called rebuttals, is what's the proven way to respond to any kind of question or objection. So they just have the best response possible to set them up for success. And then you want to give somebody recordings of calls of somebody using that script and those rebuttals to successfully set appointments that they can listen to and see what it sounds like so they can replicate that. And here's what our results like is each 3 hours of calling they do in a day, they're going to book anywhere from 1 to 4 appointments each 3-hour block of time that they call. Then you want to have a basic sales CRM that manages your sales pipeline for you. So there's the different stages that somebody could be at and where every prospect is at in your pipeline. And also it records the activity that took place for each one of your prospects. And what this does is it turns what, like in our case, that first week was just like chaos. So we had post-it notes of every call that we had, like all over the place. It's just total chaos. So that there's no way we can build our business this way. So we set up our sales CRM, and from that point is this well-oiled machine that manages the whole thing for you. So here's what ours looks like. You can see here, there's the different stages that somebody could be in. You just move them from stage to stage, and you open up their card here, and you see all the activity took place. So every call is recorded and logged in here. The notes from each call is in here, so you know exactly what is taking place. And the great news is the CRM that we use only costs $15 a month, so it doesn't cost a lot of money to put this in place. And another thing I realized is most of these people are used to being in small sales organizations that doesn't have these basic tools, and they have to create them themselves. So when you have all this in place, these basic things in place from day one, it totally sets you out from the crowd. Your hiring funnel sets you out from the crowd. This sets you out. So even if you are a solo entrepreneur right now, you are going to completely stand out from everybody else by using this structure that you have right here. And now you need to have a presentation that actually closes those appointments that they're booking for you. And whatever you're following right now, so if you're following like the rank and rent model that Todd and Herc teaches, or anything else that they teach, or anything else that anybody else teaches, it's going to come with a sales presentation to be able to sign up clients. So you just follow that, whatever your model you're following, using that sales presentation. It probably also comes with the software fulfillment team that fulfills the clients that you get. So that actually means everything that you're getting right now is enhancing what you're already doing, which is the opposite of another shiny object. Okay, so now that you have the most important piece, which is that automated funnel that finds you an already successful, part-time, risk-free commission appointment setter, and you have the sales process that they're going to be using from day one that's booking you appointments that you turn into paying clients. Now we're going to cover step 3, is how do you turn them into a sales closer that does all the closing for you, so you totally replace yourself out of the sales role in your business, and you replace you with people that are dramatically better and more successful at doing it than you are. So who would, like, go ahead and type a 3 in the chat box if this right here is your ultimate goal in your business, to completely replace yourself out of the sales role and have somebody far better than you doing it for you. If that's you, type a 3 in the chat box, and the 3s are coming up like rolling in right now. Like Lynn typed in probably like a dozen 3s. So in my business, like I mentioned, have not done sales since March of 2018, yet every day appointments are being set for my 2 sales closers I have. So even when I go on vacation, we are signing up clients when I'm absolutely not working at all. And the 2 salespeople I have each close between 1 to 3 deals each week, and our average client pays us $1,000 each. And that now leaves me the opportunity to focus on what I'm best at and what I love doing, which is being the visionary and leader of my company, building key relationships, identifying big opportunities for the business to take on next, and freedom to do things I love, which is teaching and training, which is being on this webinar with you right now to turn around and share what's working for me with people like you, so you get to avoid the struggle and get right to the success at the end. And how it looks like for us is our salespeople are almost 100% commission based. They get a very small couple $100 a week base, and then the rest of their commission is spread out over a 12-month period of time. And we do that because at the end of 12 months, they no longer make any more for that active client that's still with us. So there's a end time. They're not paid indefinitely. And we now tap into 2 big financial benefits. The benefit for us is we are cash flow positive for every single client we sign up. So even though they get their biggest commission when they sign up a new client, after we pay our appointment setter and our sales closer, we still make money for each on day 1 when a new client gets signed up. So we're growing at a fast rate, we're still making money and generating even more cash flow as we're growing, which is hugely beneficial. And then we have 2 big, like, salespeople are highly motivated financially, and there's 2 that we tap into. One is their biggest commission they get is when they sign up somebody new, and they are highly motivated by instant financial gratification, which is what they get instantly from that new client. So they want to sign up those over and over and over again. But second thing that they get is they feel like they're building up this reoccurring income or book of business that they're getting paid on month after month from work that they did in the past. And they love the security that they gives them. However, they are never going to make, like, their ongoing commissions are much lower, and they're never going to make enough from their reoccurring income to do this business full time. So they always have to sign up new clients to make a full-time income. So you get 2 huge financial motivators. So now let me do an actual case study of how we got my second sales closer by starting out with an appointment setter. And somebody asked a great question. What was that? Is why recruit hot closers for what will be an appointment setting objective? So there's 2 different people out there. There's people that only love appointment setting, and that's who you want long-term in that appointment setting role. but then there's also people that want to be sales closers. And what I did is back in the spring, I wanted to find our second sales closer, and I ran through this whole process, but the people I was doing my interviews with were ones that had a lot of sales experience. And then in the interview, they specifically said they wanted the opportunity and to move into a sales role with us, sales closer role. And I even said that in the job ad. So I only interviewed people that had that desire to become a sales closer, but they had to start off doing appointment setting to prove that they were going to be successful and allow me to train them to become a closer without costing me any money during that training, because they're getting compensated from their appointment setting. So they're let me see if I missed yeah. So the first week they signed up, one deal got closed, so $1,500 collected over a 6-week period of time. Signed up 11 new clients, $15,000 upfront, $10,000, $100 recurring revenue that came from that. And one of them definitely was a superstar. He spent 9 years selling to the dentist market, but he was capped his income potential in that sales role, and he wanted to have a bigger income opportunity, which is what we had to offer him. So he spent his first 2 weeks setting appointments for my other salesperson, and then to learn the basics of how our business worked or how our industry worked, and to prove that he was able to be effective at that. And then the next couple of weeks, he just sat in on the sales meetings to see how our sales presentation goes, practiced it himself, and then he did a trial run with me, and then he moved into the sales closer role, and then started booking his own appointments that he closed. And once he proven that he could close deals, then I got an appointment setter that's been working with him ever since, and she's been doing it 15 years prior experience. So here's Clinton's resume, who's my new second sales closer. So first one was selling to roofers, and then each of 3 of these over the past 9 years was in the dental market. You can see here, past place that he's at, first year grew total revenue of over 200%. So again, this just shows you the quality of people that are going to want to be a part of your team, that you get to bring onto your team. So here's what the past 4 weeks looks like. 4 weeks ago, 3 deals closed, and then the next week, 1 deal, then 2 deals, then 2 deals after that. So he's averaging 2 new clients a week, and he's still only doing this part-time as he's building up that reoccurring revenue. And then eventually he'll move into a full-time role with this. So he's still in a part-time role, closing 2 deals a week. All right, now I'm going to give you your weekly game plan that you're going to want to write down, because this is going to be realistic for you to follow through week after week. And it makes everything I covered today a reality for you in your own business. But first, I'm really interested in hearing from you. And type a yes in the chat box if you believe these 3 steps I just walked you through are going to make a real difference for you and your business. If that's true for you, then type a yes in the chat box, and I'd love to see who's a yes. I think that this is actually going to make a difference for you and your business, like Jonathan, Matt, Lynn, Les. Lynn says, duh, absolutely fantastic. Frankie, Mario, and they just keep coming in. I can't keep up with them all now. So here's what your game plan is. First week, right out of the gate, this is what Kurt and DJ did. In less than a week, you're going to create your automated hiring funnel. You're going to take our job ad, post it online for free, start having people going through your funnel, just like Donna and Ed and Kurt. And now you're going to do for yourself as well in your first week. Second week, you're going to interview those A players that get to the very end of your funnel. You're probably going to have like 6 or 8 that comes in. And one thing that's consistent with everybody that I've interviewed, and all of our beta test people have said the same thing, is on the interview, they always comment on how impressive the process that they've gone through has been. They've never experienced that before. So the fact that you have that in place separates you from everybody else, shows that you are a professional organization that they want to be a part of. So even if you're a solo entrepreneur, getting started, the fact that you're using this for yourself is going to be a huge plus for you. Then you get to hire the absolute best one, and now you have your own Audra on your team filling your calendar with appointments that you are closing. And then the next week, have them start on a Monday, and they're actually in their first days booking appointments, and you signing up or closing deals that very first week and putting money into your pocket. And every week from that point forward, your calendar is filled with those quality appointments. You're signing up one or more clients week after week after week after week. Your confidence is through the roof because you have true success, like real success that you can tangibly see right there in your business. And you now build out your sales team so you're completely replaced and you don't have to do sales ever again. And you are no longer in that almost there mindset. You actually have arrived where you want to be, where you're consistently getting clients every week, week after week in your business. Your revenue and your cash flow is growing every single week. Your time is really freed up. So you actually get to do the things that you love doing in your business, and you get the ultimate prize that had you start your own business to begin with, where you get the true time freedom and real financial freedom at a level that you've never experienced before. Not like hype or BS or hope or wishing. It's what it looks like in the real world is present for you. And you now are the true owner and visionary of your business. You're no longer the doer of everything in your business. You exit out of that and you get to be the owner of the business, what you always wanted to be. So Doug, he was in our beta test group. He followed this weekly game plan just like you're gonna follow. And in 2 weeks, hired his first appointment setter, and he actually hired 2 commission-only salespeople from day one. It's really smart on how he did it. They had to book their own calendar with appointments and then close those deals, and they only got paid for the deals that they got closed, so it's totally risk-free from them. And once they've proven that they're successful at closing deals, then he went out and got an appointment setter for them as well. So that means he's totally out of the sales role. So if you really want to go out and get a closer from day one, you can actually do that and follow Doug's process and how he did that. But then he did something really cool, which he, instead of pausing his funnel like we do and other people do, he just let it running week after week after week. And each week he'd find the absolute best person to add on to his team of appointment setters. And now he has this whole team of appointment setters, and he's offering a second service to other companies where he's booking appointments for their sales team. And what that looks like for him is his first client was a software, or they sell software to large commercial construction companies, and they have a team of 8 salespeople that they want appointments. So he's charging them $150 for each appointment, and then he's paying his appointment setter $50 for each one of those. That means he makes $100 net for each appointment that they're booking. And then they want to have 50 appointments a week for their team of 8 people. So that's $5,000 net income going to Doug's bottom line, $20,000 a month net income that he's making from just one client. And that just points to how huge of an opportunity this is. You can do it for yourself to grow your own agency, and now if you want to, you can even offer a second service, a highly lucrative second service as well. So who else would want these results? And if you do, you have 2 routes you can take now that you know that this critical key factor of success in this business. So option 1, the first route is you can attempt to do it on your own. You're gonna make many of the costly mistakes that I made along my journey, meaning costly in your time, in your money, in your confidence, in your mental well-being, and you're gonna be stuck hoping that you eventually figure it out. And you're still gonna be stuck on the I'm almost there path. Or the second option is you can take the shortcut that guarantees to go right to the end result by using a battle-tested, proven approach from day one. So who right now would like me to personally help you in doing this for your business? If that's you, type a yes in the chat box. So that weekly game plan that I just walked you through is the exact path that you're on. If that's you, type a yes in the chat box. If you want my help to personally make sure this is what is in place for you, And if that's you, if you're a yes, then you want to be a part of the Simple Agency Sales System Mastermind. And what this is a small group implementation mastermind that actually sets up your own successful Simple Agency Sales System. Exactly what I walked through is up and running for you. It's not another course or program that you sign up, that you buy and sits on your virtual bookcase, never to have happen. Instead, you're actually implementing this, having the results show up for you moving forward, and you getting the results. And so you might be wondering, like, why am I helping others do this versus keeping it all to myself? And the answer is two reasons. One, I just, like I said, hardwired my entire life. As soon as I discover something that makes a difference for me, I want to turn around and share it with other people. One, for the personal fulfillment that I get because of the huge positive difference it's going to make for you, and hearing the success that you're getting from it for yourself feels like I'm feeling like my mission in life. Second, teaching you to do this successfully forces me to get significantly better in doing it in my own business. And then third, I get to learn huge new breakthroughs from that mastermind group that I get to use in my own business. So I never thought of, like, how could we get closers right from day one? So Doug went out and did it, and now I know exactly how to do that as well. And the second reason is the first group, that beta test group, had 100% success rate with everybody that pushed the play button and implemented that. So let that sink in for yourself. Like, how cool is it that for you, knowing that every single person that followed through had success? That means when you follow through, you can have that confidence you too will be successful. And for each of them, I'm going to assert for you too, this was the missing link for breakthrough level success in their business. It can be for you as well. So here's what you get when you're a member of the Simple Agency Sales System Implementation Mastermind. What it was a 4-week program that they went through, that beta test group went through, and we documented and recorded everything that you now get 24/7 on-demand access to go through at your own pace. So each week we had a call at the beginning of the week where it was a training implementation where I showed them what to do and how to go do it. I gave them the resources for my own business that they can just copy and paste and use themselves, answered any questions that people had, and you left that training with everything you need to actually complete that in a week. And then we came back at the end of the week to troubleshoot any challenges that people went into and solve those problems, and also hear the successes people are having, that you can really be inspired and learn the breakthroughs that people are having. So you actually hear in some of these end of the week calls, like how Doug was able to go out and hire commission salespeople from day one. It's like right there in the recordings. So the entire thing was recorded, and now when you become a member, you're going to have instant access to that entire program to go through it week by week at the pace that's appropriate for you. If you want to full-time focus just on this, you can put in place everything in your very first week in doing it, or you can go through it on a weekly basis. So what the experience that you're probably going to have is you're going to be listening to one of the trainings, seeing how to implement this, and a question's going to come up in your mind, and then all of a sudden somebody in the recording asks that exact same question that you did, and then I answer it. And at the end of that, you just have this experience of yourself, like there's nothing in the way to you to go out and put this in place. Like everything has been resolved for you, and you feel completely empowered to actually do this and get it in place right now. So here's what you're gonna get. The first week is putting that cold calling process that your appointment setter is gonna use, and it's modeled exactly like our $1 million sales process. So like how you build your list, how you, I give you the script that our appointment setters use. Like this is would be worth thousands and thousands of dollars, and it's generated thousands of appointments. So you get the exact same script that we use that you can use as well. Every single rebuttal that we created, you get those as well. And I give you calls of Audra setting appointments that you can give your person as part of their training. So you can hear how they successfully set appointments, how they get past gatekeepers. So now you can use that to train your first person. Yeah, Dorian says, I'm just curious what your appointment sales script is. Yeah, When you become a member, I give you the exact word for word script that we use every single day. That alone is worth the admission of the program. And then I show you how to set up that sales pipeline just like ours is set up. Second week is you put in place that entire automated hiring funnel. So I give you a job ad that you can use, the exact ad that we use, you can use it as well. And which job board to post it on and do it for free, which job boards to not use, like we've tested all of them, so I show you exactly what to use. And then that automated hiring funnel is set up for free. And a cool thing is it's modeled exactly like ours. It costs you nothing in the hiring platform that you get access to. And the company we first used over a year ago charges a yearly fee. Is going to cost us $3,500 to renew on that platform. And now that we had it all figured out, we didn't want to pay that $3,500 for a second year. So we actually went out and figured out how to do everything for free at no cost. So I'm showing you exactly how to replicate our $3,500 a year hiring funnel for free on a hiring platform that costs you nothing. So that's like a huge saver for you right there. And then the third week is how do you compensate both your appointment setter and your salesperson. I give you your exact compensation plans, and then how to modify them for your business. And then I give you our interview script, like the exact questions to ask them. I give you our independent contractor agreement. I show you how to do that 1-week trial so you know if they're going to be successful after their first week. Then the fourth week is how do you train and manage them ongoing. So I give you your kickoff call template, and I show you here's what you do on their first day. And then here's what you do over their first week. And here's what you do over their first 3 weeks. Like everything is laid out exactly what to do because we have figured out through trial and error what works. And when it comes to training them, there's one thing that makes the biggest difference. It's going to spend about 15 minutes a day of your time, and it makes training really simple moving forward. And then I show you how we moved our appointment setter went out specifically to find somebody to become our sales closer and how that entire process worked. And now it's going to get even more exciting when you see the bonuses you're also getting. So Eric, who built our whole sales process, I then had him do a weekly coaching for our people because I have literally never made a single cold call in my entire life. I probably never will. And I wanted him to do like ongoing coaching to support the people that we had, and I recorded every single one of those calls. And even though I've never done cold calling myself, I've listened to all of Eric's coaching. I now am really skilled at what it takes to be successful in this role and how to work with my own people to empower them to be successful. So what you can do is go through these recorded coaching calls yourself, and you're now going to be highly educated on what it takes to be successful in this role. So you have that confidence when you bring on your people. And then second, this is now a training program that you can pass on to your own people as well. And I literally paid him $11,200 this year to coach our sales team. This is like money out of my pocket for free that I'm giving you for free of $11,200 real value that you get to piggyback for free on my monthly investment in sales coaching that you now get as well. And then I show you how to modify this funnel to fill any role in your company. So any role that you want to fill, just you make some small tweaks and you can fill that role. So this is a $497 value. And then Damien, who I sold my training company to, that I then partnered with to make this available for you through Go Mobile. He does a couple times a year a 2-day marketing and sales intensive boot camp, and you're going to get a free ticket to this live intensive in-person boot camp to attend for free. That would be a $2,907 value. And during these 2 days, you're going to have really dig into what you need to do to create breakthrough level of success to get to the next level in your business right now. Also, you get a network and rub shoulders with people just like you, because this is a lonely journey to be on, working from home, growing an agency. So to hang out with other people on the journey just like you and leave there and with that collection of peers is invaluable. And then also, you're going to get an exclusive Go Mobile product. So he has, if you already have a successful service that you're selling to businesses and you have everything you need to grow that business, then great, just keep doing what you're already doing. But if you need a proven marketing service to sell, then Damien is going to give you one of their business in a box programs, where he has a whole collection of complete business in a box that gives you everything from the sales materials to the training on how to do that business, and the fulfillment team that fulfills that service for the clients that you get. Each one of these sells for $997. So let me give you an example of what one of these are. There's I think like 4 or 5 or 6 of them that you get to choose from out of this free bonus. Each one would sell for $997, but you get one of them for free. And I'm going to tell you what one of them is that you can consider. And when you join, you'll get a link to a page, and on that page has a video, or on the page shows here's the different options that you can choose from, what they are, and a video that goes into detail of what each of these business in a box products available are for you in the free bonus. But one of them is how to do paid Facebook ads to generate leads for small businesses. And it shows you everything on how to do that successfully. It gives you a team that does all the fulfillment for you, and this team manages $3 million a month in ad spend for small businesses. And you charge your client from $750 to $2,500 a month. Then you pay the fulfillment team a couple $100 a month to do that for your clients. And that is one example of a handful of different options you can choose from. And that just makes sure that if you don't have the right service to sell to businesses to get paid monthly, this now gives that for you for free. So here's everything you're going to get when you become a member of the Simple Agency Sales System. So you're going to get that entire implementation program that was a 4-week long program, 2 trainings a week, and you get to go through the entire thing at the pace that's appropriate for you. You get 24/7 access to the entire thing. That's a $3,500 value. You're going to get all the assets from my agency I hand to you on a silver platter. Plus, you're going to get your own automated hiring funnel for free that costs you nothing to have that automated hiring funnel platform. That's a $1,997 value. You get all the coaching calls that Eric did for my team that I paid him $11,200. You get that for free as well. You get the training on how to modify the hiring funnel for any role for $497, and you get the ticket to the 2-day live intensive boot camp for $297 value for free, and you get one of Go Mobile's business in a box programs that sell for $997 for free as well. So that's a total real world value, not made up dollar amounts, like what's really value out there in the world for $21,188. So now the question I'm sure you're asking yourself, right, like how much is this going to be a part of this amazing simple agency sales system? So what if I asked you to pay the same amount that I personally paid Eric when I got started in my own agency? The $10,000 I paid him, and that was the best investment ever made in the company, because I did that when we had 0 clients and 0 revenue, and it came directly out of our pockets personally. And you are getting everything I learned from Eric and everything he created for us. And that's just one piece of the Simple Agency Sales System program. It's the sales process and the sales scripts. On top of that, you're getting everything on how to find and hire a superstar appointment setter that's booking your calendar solid with qualified appointments, and then how to turn them into salespeople. Plus, you're getting all the bonuses that come with the program as well. So great news that you're not going to pay the $10,000 I personally paid. So what I want to charge you, and what people outside this webinar are paying, or pay is $3,500, which is the cost that the hiring platform that we used last year actually costs us. It's called Hire Select by Criteria Corp. You can go out there, search, and do it. Here's a snapshot of our renewal, $3,500 for 12 months. And I was adamant that we at least charge the platform that causes breakthrough costs, since we had been able to now replace this $3,500 platform with a solution that costs you nothing. And this platform was the best investment we made last year. I mean, that was like a lot of money to just hire an appointment setter. But if we didn't make that investment, we never would have found a great appointment setter. We never would have had this massive breakthrough transformation. That appointments are the heartbeat of this business. So for yourself right now, imagine if what this did, if all this did was just get you one appointment setter working part-time, risk-free, commission only booking appointments that gets you just one client a week. Your first client would more than pay for this. And for us, that's $1,000 up front and $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 a year from just one client. So great news, because you're part of Todd and Herc's Supremacy community, you're not going to pay the $3,500. When you go to this link right here, www.supremacy.digital/simple. So the link is like I'm sure it's in the chat box. Open up your chat box and click on that link in your chat box. When you go there right now, you're getting more than half off webinar special of $1,297 or 3 payments of $547. When you go to www.supremacy.digital/simple, and you are now going to have for yourself that one missing piece in your business. The one thing that's secretly been holding you back up until now. The most effective way to have your calendar book solid with qualified appointments every single week, setting you up to sign up new clients every single week, week after week in your business. And it's delivered to you in a way that completely empowers you to actually take action, to implement it, and for you to see those results. It's not another course that you sign up for and sit on your virtual bookcase. You are implementing this and you're getting the results. You are having a superstar appointment setting, working for your part-time and a risk-free commission-only compensation. You actually having your calendar full of appointments. You actually signed up new clients every week. You having that sky-high confidence about yourself, about your business, and the fulfillment of your vision and your dreams for your life, because the results that are present week after week, and the time freedom to actually enjoy your business and that go out there and enjoy the life that you want to have for yourself. And if you want to save even more, and you don't need a gold mobile product that gives you that complete business in a box service to go out there and sell new clients with, if you don't need that, then enter coupon code SAVE300, and it's going to take $300 off when you sign up. So when you go to the order form right here, see this blue text, have a promo code, click on that text and enter save $300. It's going to take $300 off, and now it's only $997 or 3 payments of $447 when you get started and use that coupon code. And I'm backing up everything I'm saying today with this guarantee that your results are guaranteed. Go out and use and implement each step in the Simple Agency Sales System as designed. And if you're not getting the results, meaning your calendar's not booked with qualified sales appointments, then I'm going to personally work with you one-on-one until you are getting those results. Because I know beyond a shadow of a doubt this works. You heard live on here, Kurt, in less than a week, in a matter of days, he got this up and running from scratch and already has 6 people ready to book appointments to interview in a matter of days. And we had that beta test group, 100% success rate that had success. So I have no problem backing this up because I know that you are an action taker and a difference maker. That means I'm 100% committed that your actions turn in success. This is a nobody left behind implementation mastermind. So I completely got your back, that this is going to absolutely work for you because you deserve that for your life and your business. You've been doing this too long not to get the success that you ultimately want for you in your life. And in life, anybody that's willing to take action should be rewarded. And when you take action right now today on today's webinar, and when your first 15 people to take action, I want you to be rewarded for that, because that means you're somebody that's committed to your future and nothing's going to hold you back. So when you jump on board right now, quickly on this webinar and the first 15 people, there's a couple fast action bonuses that you're going to get. So first thing is Todd and Herc are going to give you 2 awesome bonuses that's going to give you a huge advantage. Would you like to share what those are? Hello, Todd, Herc?
Hey Kevin, I'm here. Herc, are you there too?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, cool. What do you want to do first here?
Go ahead, you take it away here.
All right, so what we've done here, guys, is we know that, doing this, you're going to need, once you get appointment setters, you're going to need businesses to call. So what I've done is put together a system called the lead source. And if I can grab the screen real quick, I will jump over in there and I'll show you real quick. It'll only take me a couple of minutes. It's a really super simple, let's see, make presenter. That's me. Show my screen. Okay, can you see my screen now, Herc?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. So this is a really simple system on a way to get leads, people to call. Keyword like, any niche, plumbers, dentists, pool cleaners, installation specialists, construction, whatever you want to do. And then you can choose any city like Los Angeles, and it'll drop down and you select it from there. I've already ran a couple searches here. I'll start with the one I ran just a little bit ago for plumbers in Los Angeles. And this is making me log in again. Wasn't sure about that. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, I just had to, sorry, my session had timed out. That's all it was. I hadn't played with it long enough. So what this is going to do is going to load all the data. You're going to be able to export it and import it into, Kevin's going to show you how to get a system called Pipedrive. And so this is all the data you get. It's basically a lot of stuff. You can get their phone number, their email, their website address, their Facebook address, their Twitter. It also gives you some other somewhat important information if you like if they're advertising on Facebook or Google. It also tells you that. So what this scrape showed me was 1,254 entries. So that's kind of the average of each search that you're going to do. It can be a little bit more, can be a little bit less. It just depends on the industry, of course, and the population of the city of the place you want to go. So we thought this would be a very, very good system. We're going to give everybody a free month to use this, and you're going to be able to get, 20 or 30,000 leads out of here to hand out to your new appointment setters, and off they go. It's really that simple. So here's where you can export it, Excel or CSV or PDF. Or the other cool thing about this is also set up for retargeting. You can also upload these emails into Google or Facebook. It drops that format for you so that you can, advertise to these folks perhaps. Maybe that's an avenue that you'd like to go down. So that's also a cool little feature that we have here. But yeah, so that's it. Pretty simple. Just a way to go out there and get a lot of new businesses to call in a specific industry that you're in. So that is the lead source. If anybody has any questions, let me know on that. Hart, do you think I left anything out?
Just go back to that report. I mean, when Todd Todd just built this, guys. When he sent it to me the first time and I ran it, and I was looking at the spreadsheet because it was coming through spreadsheet at first, and now it's this nice UI. It was beautiful. It was like real nice. You get the email address, guys. Like it was showing as an icon here, but these are exportable. Okay, these reports are exportable. You can see up at the top there, print, Excel, CSV, PDF. If you export those as a CSV, you won't get the icons. You'll actually get the email addresses of each of these people along with the phone number, the website address, if they have a Facebook page associated, a Twitter profile, all that stuff. All this gets associated into your spreadsheet. So it's easy to hand off. Like if you guys set up with the simple system, if you guys set up with that and hand them one of these spreadsheets, that's their list of contacts right out of the gate. You know what I mean? So it's a perfect bonus actually for this, because it just goes so well with setting up appointment setters and sales callers, because this is just literally a list of leads for any niche in any city that you guys want to do, and then you just export it and then give it over to your sales team, and they handle the rest for you. So it's pretty damn awesome. Yeah,
and Kevin, correct me if I'm wrong, but you do have the software that you upload these lists into, and appointment setters can see them and act on them. Is that correct?
Yep. Everything is covered in the training on how to take this list, upload it into the sales CRM, and that's who your appointment setter just starts calling in their first day. So this is like the fact that a push of a button, it's generating over 1,000 leads. I mean, you could in a couple of days generate enough lists that will last your appointment setter for months and months and months. So this is insanely valuable.
Yeah, really cool. And then whenever I realized that Kevin had that other on the back end where you could just upload a list of leads, phone numbers, all this data you see right here, and segregate it out to your appointment setters. I was like, wow, that is just so easy to manage. You break your lists up and give X amount to each different person, and then it's all tracked. It's all tracked that they're calling. It's all tracked that they're setting appointments, and everything is just tracked, so you know exactly what's going on behind the scenes.
And I'll get to this in a minute, but one of the fast action bonuses is our hot lead system. So like you mentioned this, you take all these email addresses and phone numbers that this gets, upload it into Facebook custom audience, and then I have this Ninja Facebook campaign that generates hot leads at a cost of a couple dollars per lead for your agency every single day. And I'll get that in a minute, but this is makes that really easy to do as well.
Yeah, excellent. So yeah, guys, so we want to put that together, and certainly give you lists of thousands of businesses to call for free right out of the gate. So there's no reason why when you implement this system you can't be closing deals in a couple of weeks. Seriously.
And then the second software that you're going to give them access to as well that is really valuable.
Yeah, let me pass the screen. Herc, did you want me to go to you? Okay, go ahead and grab it.
I'll grab it right now. Can you guys see the keyword supremacy here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure a lot of you on this webinar have seen this, but I want to show you guys something that I've been playing with, and I just shot a video this morning for it, but I'm going to do it again for you guys. So this keyword database has over 500 million keywords in it, all with the keyword, how many words are in the keyword, so you know whether it's long tail, short tail, the volume of the keyword, the CPC, the AdWords competition, and then we have like this whole software has been redone like from the ground up. You can check the domain availability, Google Trends. This button's pretty awesome because what this does now, let me sort by a different keyword here or search volume. Well, it's probably going to go like Facebook. You can actually click the Google button and it opens up 4 windows instead of 1, and so that you can quickly get the broad match, phrase match, in title, and in URL match, which we teach for competition analysis for a keyword. The Q button takes the keyword over to Quora, so you can see what's being talked about on Quora, helps you in the information gathering stage. And then this little black button will give you the past 12 months of the search volume for the keyword. So Fedcock or FactDuck or whatever that is, but Facebook, like a bunch of porn keywords. I'm looking for Facebook, but whatever. You click one of these and it shows you the search volume. Now here's the nice thing, okay? What the video I shot was about how to use this tool to quickly find really good local niches with low competition to go after. And I'm just gonna do this fast. I'll release the video soon enough. I'm gonna turn my search volume. I'm gonna set some filters. Search volume 0 to 999, cost per click minimum $10, and competition 0.3. Okay, I'm gonna filter 500 million keywords into those settings. Search volume 0 to 99, cost per click minimum 10, competition minimum 0.3, and you can see it filtered down to 2.2 million keywords. Now here's the nice thing. Somebody in chat, give me a city that you live in. Let's do this super interactive. Give me the city that you live in, and I want to show you what this tool can do. So I'm not going to do anything until somebody types in a city. Okay, Rockwall, Texas. Perfect, love it. So I'm just going to type in Rockwall. Hopefully I spelt that right. Okay, now what this is going to do is, now that we've set the search filters this way, it'll only display keywords within these metrics, and it'll only display keywords that have the word Rockwall in them. So what we end up with, look at this: dentists, plumbers, locksmiths, storage, electricians, roofers, garage repairs, pest control, storage unit, assisted living. It's all these local niches in Rockwall, and then all you have to do now, let's see, how many did it find? It found 52 in Rockwall, different niches or different ways of saying similar niches. All you have to do to analyze the competition is check if the domain's available. So you can just click that and then click OK. And what that'll do is it'll check the .com, the .net, and the .org variation of that keyword. So I'll let that run. It does take like a few seconds. Hopefully it'll be fast for the webinar. I'm hoping a few are available. And if it's available, it'll say yes, you can go register it. If it's not available, so there you go. All 3 are available. So Rockwall Texas Dentist, .com, .net, and .org are all available. But here's where it gets really cool. When you want to start looking at the competition, you just have to click the Google button. And notice how up in the top, it opened up 4 windows, not 1. The reason why is we need a quick way to look at these numbers. 464,000 broad match, only 1,160 phrase match. In title, only 5. In URL, only 2. Somebody should be going after this keyword because that is easy to rank for. That's really, really low stuff. So the other way that you can do this, guys, is you can put in a city, or now let's get a couple suggestions here, guys. Give me a niche idea or a niche. I don't know how people say that. There's niche, 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 or niche. Niche. I don't know.
It's American, and it's kind of like pounds and kilograms. It's American and European.
Yeah.
Niche in Europe and niche in the US.
I find when I shoot videos, sometimes I say niche, sometimes I say niche. So, okay, so I see, I'm trying to be quick here, guys, because my kid's up and I got to go get him out of bed. So business loans, cosmetic surgeon. I'll just do surgeon, okay? I'm just going to type in surgeon. Rather than looking for a city, we want to keep our filters at the same. But rather than a city, now we're looking for a niche or a niche, right? So every keyword has to have the word surgeon in it and follow those metrics. So we're looking here, there you go, surgeons in Tyler, Texas, okay? I can check the domain availability. I won't do that, but I click Google, and then it's just quick to go through those 4 tabs and go like this. 3 results for that keyword in URL, 59 results for that in title, which is super low, 7,900 which for that in phrase, and 18 million. So another great keyword. That's 2, you guys suggested the niches. I just grabbed one and looked at them. That's 2 local niches that you could purchase domains for rank and rent. You could build websites. You could add these keywords to your current clients. But the nice thing too, guys, is it's not just about finding local lead keywords. I wanted to show it to you for that but this 500 million keyword database, literally you can put in anything. If I wanted to look at, if I set my metrics back to where they were, you know what I mean? All cost per clicks, all levels of competition, all search volume. Okay, we'll go back to open up the $500 million or the $500 million database, 500 million, and I type in like, I don't know, Forskelin. Okay, say I'm looking for Forskelin keywords. If I'm an affiliate marketer, I just type that in. It will filter everything out from the 500 million, and apparently it's only found 1, or maybe I spelled it wrong. But you can put in any word. What's that?
You spelled it wrong.
No, I did. It's Forskelin. But did you notice the misspelling of Forskelin called Forkskelin actually has 110,000 searches a month? And the database caught that. So that's, how do you actually spell it? Take out the K and fork. Let's try that, guys. Let's see what happens. But Forkskelin, there's another word that you should be targeting. There you go, guys. 1,400 keywords just for Forskelin. So what this database, guys, we want to give access to you as another bonus to this, just this database part of keyword supremacy. During that month, you can search through it an unlimited amount of times, as much or as little as you want. This is something that we sell, obviously, but if you guys purchase today, we'll give you access to this global database for at least, for 1 month, and you can use it as much as you want. So I'll pass this back over to Kevin. Just wanted to show that.
Yeah, great tool.
Super good tool. It's getting better all the time too. There's still improvements happening.
All right, so you get both of those when you're on those 15 fast action. Where I saw Lynn type in, make sure to reserve a spot for me. Trying to had an issue with the order page. So if some of this already in, definitely type that in the chat box so we can see who's jumped on board already. And there's 3 other fast action bonuses that you get when you're one of those 15 people on today's training webinar. One of those is Damien is going to do a personal one-on-one consultation. And he's the owner of Gold Mobile Solutions. He sold my training company with them. And he has over 20 years of business experience in growing not just $1 million a year businesses, but ones that do in the tens of millions of dollars a year. He's built large sales teams with dozens and dozens of salespeople. He has like a wealth of information. And this is not going to be one of those things where you get on there and he's trying to like upsell you to something else. The entire focus is identifying where you're at right now, where you want to go, what's in the way of the middle, so you can leapfrog over that and get to the end result and have a huge breakthrough for you. So Vlad says, I'd like to thank you for the amazing strategy call we just had. Being in the digital marketing space for many years, I've never experienced this level of attention to my background, this much dedication to my success as a business owner. The strategies, the tools, the examples, and cool ideas you shared with me today are super useful and boosted my confidence in reaching my goals. I highly appreciate relating to my specific situation and needs, which helped me see myself in the process, defining both the immediate next steps and the ultimate goals I need to move towards. So that's what you're going to feel when you get off of your personal consultation, is the real custom tailored benefit it's going to have for you. And that's like totally priceless of what this is going to be available for you. And Damien doesn't have unlimited time on his calendar, so we can only do this for us, the 15 people that jump on board on today's webinar. Second thing you're going to get is next month, after you had a chance to get your feet wet with SaaS, we're going to do something really special that's going to have a huge impact on your business. So Damien, myself, and several other highly successful SaaS members will have a live Zoom mastermind for the 15 Fast Action members that got started right now. You're going to hear from them exactly what they are doing and the tips and tricks they discovered while implementing this. Also, this is a live mastermind, so you'll have a block of time where you get to share your biggest challenge you're facing, and then have all the strategize how to totally break through whatever the challenge is. And you're going to leave with such clarity and clear action steps that leap you forward to that next level in your business. Plus, you're going to have pages and pages of notes that you got from the other members' session time and the ideas that everybody was sharing. So this is a $1,497 real value that you're going to get. And then the third thing you're going to get is if you're familiar with the classic sales movie, Glengarry Glen Ross, it's the movie that had Alec Baldwin where he's going, always be closing, A always, B, C closing, always be closing. It's where that saying comes from. And in the movie, there's what's called the Glengarry leads. It's the hot leads that the salespeople just lusted after. Like they would do anything to get their hands on some of those Glengarry leads. And in my business, I've tried a lot of fancy prospecting tactics the past 2.5 years. And out of all of that, we have a specific, simple marketing system that works for us that we still do today. And I'm going to give you that on a silver platter. In fact, this hot lead system is worth the price of admission to join the SaaS implementation program to get these hot leads every single day for your business. And you can use it to set up your own appointments and sign up new clients like right in your first week. The bonus you could easily call the guaranteed clients bonus, because this is extremely valuable intellectual property for my company, because we average 1 new client a week from this bonus. The past quarter, we signed up 12 clients at $1,000 each. That's $12,000 in monthly recurring income just from our Facebook hot leads. This alone is worth the price of the course, because if you're brand new or experienced, you can use this to start getting you clients in your first week being a member of the program, and more than recoup your investment in this program and be growing your monthly recurring income. So what is it? I'm sure you've heard people talk about using Facebook to get leads and clients for your agency. And for 2 years, I tried and failed with Facebook ads. It's hard, complicated, and expensive. And then a mastermind group I'm a part of, there's this member that has a multi-million-dollar a year agency. And he shared this very unique way that he uses Facebook ads to get leads every single day that he turns into clients for his agency. It was the most effective method that he had to get clients in his hugely successful agency. Like, I was all ears, and I instantly went out and applied it in my business the next week. And our first week generated 39 hot leads at a cost of $1.80 per lead. And these are people that filled out a form saying they want to know more on how we can help them, and gave us their name, email, phone number, and wanting to book an appointment. So like I said, we average a client a week out of this, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it too. And it's going to take a couple hours at most to replicate it, because I walk you step by step. Here's the exact audiences that we're targeting. And like I mentioned, one of them is uploading the list of emails and phone numbers to create a custom audience. So you just like literally use that lead tool, upload that list, and you instantly replicate that part. That's one of the 3 audiences. Now here's the exact ad copy that we're using, the ad images we're using. Here's how the settings are set up and the funnel is set up. I'm going to give you like all of it on a silver platter so you can have it up and running within hours in your own business, and literally in your first day it's going to be generating hot leads for your business. And here's everything that you're going to get when you become a member of the Simple Agency Sales System Implementation Program. It's going to have this up and running for you in a matter of weeks, if not days. So for yourself, like imagine for a minute right now, if all this did was start getting you just 1 new client a week, every week. Would that be worth it to be a part of this program? Or imagine if what this did was give you sky-high confidence because you have a calendar so full of appointments you actually have to turn people away. Or imagine if what this now does for you is give you literally everything you need to have a small, easy managed sales team that are closing a couple of clients a week for you. Or what if this now does is instantly put you on that pathway to have $1 million plus a year agency with significant monthly growth, with you not in the sales role at all. Instead, you have real experts far better than you doing it all for you. I saw people typing in the chat, quite a few people typing in the chat box I'm in. So, and another person asked, like, is there enough? Oh yeah, D asked, already in, like, want to make sure that you're qualified. There are 15 spots. So great question, and what we're going to be wrapping this up in a minute. I'm going to be taking any questions you have next. And all I can see is the screen that you see right now. So here's my promise to you. When you go to the page, if the page says it's still open, then you're going to 100% get everything that's covered on this screen right here. But if it says it's closed, then unfortunately you waited too long. You're going to miss out on this program and this opportunity and what it can do for you. But if it says it's open and it says that you're still qualified for the fast action bonuses, they're going to get all of this when you join on today's webinar. So you absolutely want to jump in board because these fast action bonuses are going to make a huge difference for you. So really, what question do you still have right now that is unanswered and is having you stay stuck on the fence, unable to make the right decision for your business and your future? Because having your butt stuck on a fence hurts. So don't leave this webinar being stuck. Your dreams and your future is way too important to be stuck being indecisive. So go ahead, type in whatever question you have in the chat box right now. And as you're doing this, let me show you, when you sign up, you're going to get instant access to the program right here. So we have this quick start guide and video where I show you exactly how to get the fastest results possible in the program. It's about a 10-minute video that gives you like up to speed right from day one. And see, each of the weeks are right here that you can go through as fast as you want. So here you have the implementation training that I walk you step by step on what to do. And then also down here at the bottom, you open this up, and this gives you every single resource and asset from my business for each of the weekly programs. And then you have the Q&A call right here where we troubleshoot any challenge that you have. So every week is right here waiting for you. And over here in bonuses, Facebook hot lead, you can go there and actually jump right on board and make that one of the first things you put in place. Because just imagine within a matter of hours, you have a campaign that's generating hot leads that want to book an appointment to see how you can help them every single day at a cost of a couple dollars each. And within the first couple of days, you turn one of those into a paying client that's paying you every single month. Within days, you've actually recouped your entire investment, this entire program, from that one little piece. And you get the benefit of the entire program moving forward, the difference it makes for you. So a couple questions that people you might have is like, what other expenses am I going to experience as a member? Because you don't want to have some program that then there's like all these other things that you have to pay and sign up for in addition to it. And the great news is the only thing that you're going to need is a sales CRM. And if you already have one that you're using right now, then great, no problem, keep using that. And I show you how to use our process with that CRM. If you don't have one, then the one that we use only costs $15 a month, so it's very inexpensive. And you might be wondering, and I saw somebody ask this earlier, is how much time does it take? It feels like there's a lot for you to like learn and implement. And the great news for you is you're not having to learn and do a bunch of stuff. Like there's just small little steps, and because I'm giving you exactly what we're using every single day in my business, and I hand it to you so you just copy and paste and set it up for yourself, it takes very little time each week. Like you heard from Kurt, he got started last week and was up and running and already getting results. So it doesn't require a tremendous amount of time to learn and figure a bunch of stuff out, because we are showing exactly how to replicate what we're already doing. You're getting the exact assets that we use every single day. So each week is only going to take anywhere from 3 to maybe 6 or 7 hours total to implement, depending on how skilled you currently are. So if you're like highly skilled, it's on the low end. If you're not as skilled, it's going to be on the higher end. But it's something that you can realistically do on a weekly basis and get in place. And if you're somebody that's outside the United States and wondering if this is a fit for you, no problem. We actually had a number of people in our beta test group that are outside of it, and there's 2 ways that you can use this. One, we had Mike in that beta test group. You actually hear him in the recordings. He's in the United Kingdom, and he's using everything that we cover and just applying it to a UK job site that he's posting our ad on and putting them through our automated funnel. So you can use it to find somebody there in your country. Or we had some other people that wanted to build a US-based agency, even though they lived outside the country. And they would post an ad in the, like, follow everything to find and hire US-based people to sign up US-based clients. So you can do it either route. Now you might be in this group right here where you're wondering if this is a fit, because either you're still kind of new in this business and you haven't gotten a client yet, or you might not think you have the right thing to sell, or what you're selling right now you're not quite sure of, and you think you might be selling as something else, another service to get clients for. And if that's you, then no problem. That's why we include the Go Mobile product for free, because that gives you a complete business in a box program with a proven service to sell that you get to get paid anywhere from like $700 to a couple $1,000s monthly for each client you get. It comes with a complete done for you fulfillment of that service that fulfills it for you, and the sales presentation to sell it and all the training for that business. Then SaaS program is that critical missing piece, which gives you that calendar full of appointments with qualified business owners who are interested in that service that you're offering them, so you can close the deals and grow your recurring income and really create the lifestyle of financial freedom for yourself. And you're wondering, is this going to work with what I'm selling right now? So if you're doing rank and rent, that is popular with supremacy people, or LinkedIn or SEO, Facebook ads, Google ads, lead generation, reputation, website building, social media, any of those, then this is a perfect fit for any of these types of services. And you might be in this group is like, I'm just not sure. I'm concerned if I'm going to be able to close the sales. And if you feel this way, then I have 2 recommendations for you personally. One is you can actually use that Facebook hot lead system to get highly quality leads for yourself, and then close your first client or 2 before you even hire your first appointment setter. And then my second recommendation is, I'm sure you've heard the definition of insanity. Like, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is crazy. And you right now want a new result of doing this business and getting clients and really having success. And right now you need to look into your heart and soul and ask yourself this very real question. Are you going to let fear dictate how your life goes, dictate how your happiness and your ability to provide a financial future for you and your loved one? Will fear run the show and keep holding you back? Or are you going to take a new action that will get you a new result, a guaranteed result that actually has you win in your business? The Simple Agency Sales System is that new action to take. Join the program and implement it is a new action that gives you a new result. So for you, it can mean instead of 3 or 4 appointments to get a new client, it might take you 8 appointments to get a client. But guess what? You broke the cycle of struggle and failure, and you got yourself a client that's paying you every single month, a recurring cash flow that comes with it, and the confidence that having a client gives you. And the next time it might take you 5 or 6 appointments to sign up a client, then 4 or 5, then 3, because very quickly you're going to get better because you're now somebody who's doing this business, not dreaming about it, of someday hoping it magically works out. So today is your day to break that old cycle of letting that fear run your business and run your life and cripple you in this business. It's not fun, and it won't change until you step up and take a new action like joining the simple agency sales system gives you. So today is truly a line in the sand for you, and I truly can't wait to see the success that starts showing up for you. That's why I'm passionate about this, because I know beyond a shadow of doubt, it's the thing that is going to change your future beyond anything you can do. And you might be somebody that just wants to jump right in and get a salesperson from day one. And if that's you, then no problem. You can do that and just follow Doug's way of doing that. You actually hear right in the program how Doug went out and hired 2 commission-only salespeople from day one, and they're booking their own appointments until they prove that they can close deals. So that's still risk-free for you because you're only paying them for the deals that they close. And you might be in this group right here. Is like you've never like hired and managed people. Like, is this can you successfully do that? Because this is going to be a new thing for you. And the great news for you, and from my experience, because in my previous company, I was never the one that hired or managed anybody. So having to do this, what I discovered is a hiring funnel does all the hard work of finding for you the ideal person and builds the desire in that ideal people to really be a part of what you have to offer, and has you stand out from everybody else because they've never had this experience before and they really want to work for you. And then you don't have to spend much time training and managing them, because when you follow our system, you're actually hiring an experienced A player, and you just need to show them some basic things I give you in the course as far as training, and they know how to jump in and produce results. Plus, on top of that, I'm giving you all the training and coaching that Eric did for my team, so you can use that for yourself and use that as training for the people that you bring on board. And I'm giving you a proven sales process to plug them into for your business. So like you actually get everything you need to successfully hire and manage somebody, even if you've never have never done it before. So we're gonna wrap this up in here in a couple of minutes. Anything that you want to add, Todd or Herc, on for your people, and why this is going to be a great fit for them, and is going to make a real difference for their business?
Hey guys, it's Herc. I personally, like when I'm sending you guys the emails and stuff, I keep talking about how this is like the end of the year and this is our last webinar of the year and how we're going to go out with a bang. And I just think this is literally the perfect webinar for this situation, because everybody does the New Year's resolutions thing. And like, we know through all the stuff that we've ever put on webinars before that the #1 issue that everybody has, no matter what it is, that you're doing with marketing online, it always comes down to sales. It always comes down to sales, especially like when you're dealing with like face-to-face businesses, right? And if you're just not good at sales, that's going to hold you back in your business until you figure that out. So we thought, you know, what better webinar to have for the end of the year to help you really make 2020 a success than to have a system that can help you find the people to do the jobs that you don't want to do. And not only is it, you know, that system, but it's coming from a guy that like built it from the ground up. You guys saw the stats there that 100% of the people who put the system into place got the results that they wanted in finding the salespeople and the appointment closers that they wanted. So it's like, this is something you can do to like close those sales, to like fill those holes in your business. If you've got rank and rent sites, but you hate picking up the phone or sending emails, or if you've got an SEO agency and your sales team, maybe you have a sales team and they're not good, or you don't have a sales team, and it's just about getting rid of the parts of your business that you don't want to do, or you don't like doing, or you're not good at, and having a system in place to make sure you're finding the right people for those positions. And this is it. Like, this is the perfect system. So I guess that's what I want to say about this and why I was like really excited about putting this on for you guys, because sales is the hardest part of it all. And this is a system to help you completely overcome that objection. So I think it's just a great way to end the year. I think it's a great way to start the new year, and hopefully welcome to everybody that already got on board, of course, and to anyone else that's thinking about it. Really give it some thought. Watch the replay. It'll be out tonight if you have to, and check it out again, because I really think this is the perfect way to end out the year.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Herc. You know, we had a lot of conversations before we decided to bring this to you guys, and you know, meeting with Kevin out in San Diego a couple months ago, and really talking about what the system is, because he gave a short presentation to me about me and the group about exactly what's going on here, and Herc and I, we've talked about in the past about we create a lot of great products to service your clients and ways of servicing them better, and all those kinds of things that you guys know. We do have a few tools that allow you to go out and try and find clients. But it seems like that, it's this part where you have to pick up the phone. I know everybody, the stuff that we've done, we know that everybody likes to email people and get an email response and communicate that way. But it's, there's some success to be had in there, but there's nothing better than getting someone on the phone. I think we can all agree on that, that once you start hearing a voice and start communicating with someone and getting a little bit more personal to them, they just are more receptive to working with you and doing business with you, because it's just more personal and you're getting to know someone, and they're more willing to give you money rather than over an email conversation. Now, don't get me wrong, email conversations do work, but I think that this works extremely well, getting people on the phone and opening up that line of communication and closing some deals. And I know that everyone that we talk to in our groups, the big majority of you guys are having trouble scaling your business and getting new clients. So as Herc said, we really wanted to bring this to you at the end of the year, so we can start off 2020, really getting some good deals, some good closes. So we're going to continue to bring you guys great software that helps you service those clients in many, many different ways. I was thinking back to just a minute ago when Herc was demonstrating that global database and keyword supremacy, which has just now become a phenomenal tool, better than it was 2 years ago. That just that global database alone can help you find other keywords that you're trying to service a client for that has volume that they're not ranking for, that you never would have thought of. So don't disregard that keyword tool when you're doing either pay-per-click management for a client, or you're doing SEO for the client. Go in there and look it up, and you'll start finding a lot of great ideas that can enhance the traffic to your clients. Don't overlook that. Last thing I want to mention here, guys, for those of you that are already in, and for those of you that are going to get in, please issue a support ticket. Probably all of you know where that is by now, supremacy.freshtest.com. That's where Tanya and Alex are, and they will help you get into both of those bonuses, the lead source and keyword supremacy. But anyway, that's all I got. Thanks again, everyone.
Well, there's one more thing, Todd, actually, that you said that kind of made me think of something else. And it's when you said we develop products to help service your clients, and we've also developed products to help you prospect your clients in a cold fashion over email. And Todd and I aren't sales professionals. That's not really what we do. Todd was like the development guy. I was more the SEO results guy, but we're good at developing products. And it's great that we have those products, and a lot of you have them too, that, like Todd said, one of them is to help you service your clients, but then we started getting into the prospecting clients tool to help you do it through email. But the truth of the matter behind those is that you're still hiding behind that veil. It's like Todd said, you're not getting on the phone and being personal. Those tools still work, but the truth of the matter, and I think we can all agree, is that we're still a little bit hiding behind the veil of being uncomfortable in talking on the phone. And these tools help you, the tools that we've developed like Pixel Scout help you get around that, but it's not the what's the word here I'm looking for, like the premier situation or the best situation. It is knowing how to sell, or having a person that knows how to sell. And Kevin obviously knows what he's doing. He's got the system built to help you put that person to get on the phone. You can still use our prospecting tools. You can still hand those over to your appointment setters and your salespeople to help them prospect, but they're going to be, instead of prospecting by email, they're going to be prospecting on the phone because that's what they do. That's what you hired them to do. That's why they went through so many steps in the Simple Agency sales system, to filter out all the guys that don't know what they do, can't do it, or don't want to do it, to get you to the guys who know what they're doing, can do it, and will do it better than you can do through cold email and stuff. So I'm really trying to stress that point, that if you want somebody in the right role for that sales system, this is the way to go out and find them. And you can still, all of our tools are just leverage on that. So you put a salesperson behind our tools and just amazing things are going to happen for your business in 2020.
Yeah, a couple things I wanted to say as we're wrapping this up is I've used a bunch of tools in the past, and there's nothing wrong with any of those, but how my business is now is like, my role is literally just each week I need to make sure a list gets generated using the software, upload it into the CRM, and that's it. Like, it's that freaking simple. And then everything else happens. My appointment setters know how to call through the list, book appointments directly on our salespeople's calendar. They know how to close deals. And I have almost eliminated myself out of the entire sales part of my company. It's just absolutely amazing. And it's so freaking simple now, or the way it's designed, and highly, highly effective. And for everybody on here, the only way you really make money and grow your business and hit those goals that you have is to have sales appointments that close. And I know of no other better way to ensure that that's the reality that's present in your business week after week after week, like clockwork, than what we covered today. It is a complete and total game changer. And I don't say that to be all hypey. It's the reality. Blew my mind how massive of a game changer it was for my business a year ago. Complete and total game changer. Never has been the same since then. For over a year now, it's been that way. And it's going to be the same for you. I know you have a lot of webinars out there, promises Earth, Moon, Sky, Stars, and everything else in between. This is the real deal. I'm out there just like you every single day, having to figure out through trial and error what it really takes to be successful. I'm not somebody that's my main focus is selling you something. My main focus is building and scaling my agency. It's my passion to take what works for me to pass on to you so you can actually be successful, because I now feel like I'm fulfilling my mission and making a difference in the world. That's what has me really want to do this. And then I get to learn from you by doing it as well. So I really, truly hope that you see the difference that this can make for you. You take that leap of faith, join the program, and you will see that this is truly something that's set up for you to actually go through and implement and get results quickly. Like, I've seen it over and over and over again. I get emails on a regular basis from members thanking me for how great the program's set up and how it's working for them. And I want to get an email from you too in a few weeks of your thanks of what this has done for you. So thank you, Todd and Herc, for the generosity to have me be on here to share this system with your people so they can benefit from it as well as we go into 2020. So thanks a lot for that. And I'm excited to see those success stories.
Right on, Kevin. We really appreciate it too. You know, like I've mentioned a couple of times already, that I really do feel like this might be the missing piece for so many out there who just need to scale their agencies. You know, they're just kind of right on the edge of a breakthrough. They just need just a few more clients, and you know, that's all they need to start generating more revenue to build their business bigger. Just got a message from Herc. Are we doing another webinar on Thursday? Are we thinking about something else?
Yeah, that's for you, Kevin. Are we going to do like a little follow-up?
Yeah, we might do maybe a more in-depth case study where we dig into the see what Kurt and DJ are doing. There's some other cool things I could show you that's working for us, so we can look into possibly doing that on Thursday this week.
Would you guys on the webinar want to see that, where it's less of a sales presentation and more of a case study of how this whole funnel is working, and digging in a little deeper on Thursday? Would you guys be cool with that? If we don't get any interest, we won't do it, but if you guys want to see it, we'll definitely do it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
can't see why guys wouldn't. I mean, it's just more free training on how all this works, basically. And you know what? If this whole thing, maybe you're starting your budget right now. Well, you know what? Now you've got some ideas to work with. Maybe you can piece together your own system for whatever. Some people do that, and more power to you. I appreciate it. I've always been of the mastermind type, where I pay and I learn from others. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars over the years in my education on learning on what the heck it is that I'm doing, and how I can relay that information to all of you guys as well. Yeah, show up on Thursday, guys, and we'll definitely, Kevin will bring it again. I'm sure Kevin is just great at this stuff if you haven't already figured that out. He just really is. He's so attention to detail and just so methodical about everything. It's great.
Yeah, I could show you the biggest breakthrough we had this year. So this was last year's breakthrough. This year's breakthrough is how we go out and find and bring on board free marketing interns that spend around 10 hours a week working in our business for free, and they're really passionate about it. It's like has saved us thousands of dollars a month in having to hire part-time people to work for our company. So that was this year's big game changer. I could talk about that as well as going more in depth on the whole Kurt and DJ's hiring funnel and some other cool stuff.
I remember you mentioning that now a couple of times. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, I'm sure everybody would be extremely interested in that. I know I am too. All right, guys. Well, if there's no more questions, I guess we're going to end this. I know this was a little bit more of a marathon. Well, you know what? We're only half an hour over than our normal 2-hour webinars, but I think there was a lot of information that we covered on this one, and some really great information. I hope everybody's inspired now. I hope everybody can see the possibilities can be by implementing, a few simple systems that Kevin has created from A to Z. I hope that when we brought Kurt, and unfortunately we didn't get a chance to talk to DJ, who's also just a phenomenal sales guy. Maybe we can get him back on Thursday as well to go over some of the things that he does when he's closing. But for the price, 3 payments of $447 or $997, whatever that's down there. It's kind of a great deal for learning something that can just add so much new clients to your business. It really is. The knowledge you'll gain from it. So anyway, guys, have a great rest of your day, and we will see you back here on Thursday. And thanks to everybody else on the call, Kevin, Damian, the Go Mobile team, Herc, and all of you out there that helped us answer all these questions. Really do appreciate your time in that as well. And we will see everybody hopefully back on Thursday. Same time next Thursday. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.